WSBTV.com. Yeah, I got my eye on the ring. We've been preparing forever. We will come out on top as a team. We're together. We've been in a weight room, hot sun, hard work, 2 a day, blood, sweat, and tears with my coaches and teammates. Friday night, high school football, yeah, we're under the lights. The biggest games of the season in the zone tonight. Rivalries, they run deep. Classic battles on the field. Stands packed with the fans. I give my all right here. Cause in this moment, I gotta put all my heart in it till the game's finished. And I got to win in position. The cheerleaders, the band, and supporters behind me. Our team is a family. Got my brothers beside me. Channel 2 live football on the screen tonight. All our favorite guys with the call on the mic. There's a chill up in the air through the roar of the crowd. You better bring your A game. We protect this house. It's one goal, one championship you wanna claim. So leave your heart on the field and keep your head in the game. Get ready, Georgia, cause it's going down tonight. We worked all season long for the game of our life.
We are south of the city
at Newnan High School, where tonight the Cougars welcome in the undefeated Patriots of Sandy Creek. Hello, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us for some Friday night football. Alongside DJ Shockley, I'm Van Earl Wright. And tonight, DJ, a good battle between Fayette County and Coweta County, but a real chance to check out the running back that is rated 10th best in the country.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see him play tonight. He's the centerpiece of this offense. Talking about Eric Sweeney, the Ole Miss commit. What makes him so special is his style of run. He's fluent, he's quick, he's smooth. He does a lot of good things well in this offense. He should be well rested from last week. He only had 2 carries, 60 yards and a touchdown, so he's well rested. He has great ability. They're going to need that tonight if they want to stay undefeated versus a very good Newnan team.
The Cougars have a workhorse of their own in J.K. Britt, also a Division I commit, headed to North Carolina, and he really plays basically the whole game for Newnan.
Yeah, J.K. Britt, you just said it. He's a two-way star for this Newnan team. Does a lot for him on offense and defense. Probably play defense on the second level, on the next level in college, but they need him offensively. Last week he rushed for over 100 yards. He's had an outstanding year offensively for this Newnan team, and they're going to need him to have another all-star night if they're going to kind of unseat a very good Sandy Creek team.
They're going to have a very well-played game to knock off Sandy Creek. They are a powerful offense. The Patriots have outscored their opponents 105-25 through their first 3 games. The kickoff on WSVTV.com is next. We got a lot to fill. Band's not even off.
Jeez. Got the ball.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And here come the Fighting Patriots of Sandy Creek, 3-0 on the season, and also owners of a 2-game winning streak over this team, the Cougars of Newnan High School. Newnan, of course, the home team tonight here at a beautiful facility they have, Drake Stadium. And I really mean that because this is a nice press box, DJ, compared to some of them that we sweat through.
Very true, very true. They are top-notch here, and they've been very, very hospitable here. And you just mentioned this press box. It is quite nice up here. Great stadium, great group of fans out here tonight. Should be an interesting game. And like you mentioned, Sandy Creek on a good run. Newnan looking to stop that run.
And how about Chip Walker as well, as you continue to enjoy the sounds of the Newnan Cougar marching band. Chip Walker in his 10th year as head coach of the Sandy Creek Patriots, and a sparkling record of 102, 17, and 1.
That's a lot of wins. That's a lot of wins.
bet it
102
is.
wins to 17. Banner, it's going to be interesting to see tonight, though. As we talked about in the open, we talked about some of the key players and Sweeney and J.K. Britt. They got a lot of guys around them expecting to make some plays as well. Obviously, they can't do it by themselves. You see Eric Sweeney right there, number 24, Mr. Everything running back for Sandy Creek. They expect him to carry the load, though. Regardless of how this game goes, they expect him to have a big night regardless of who they're playing.
And for Newnan, their head coach is Mike McDonald in his 6th year. He's got a career mark of 42 and 21. He came here in 2007 as the defensive coordinator under Robert Herring. And during that time when he was the defensive coordinator, Newnan had the number 1 ranked defense in the entire state of Georgia, no matter what classification. That was in 2013.
Newnan is very, very interesting as well. It came into the season expecting a lot from them. They're 1-1 right now. Coach talked about that. They're not playing their best of football, but he's expecting there's good competition tonight. Also versus Newnan. Being at home, it should be an awesome job.
As you see, Newnan will open up this contest on defense, kicking it away. Back deep to receive for the Patriots. One of their speedsters, number 7, Corey Banks. Corey has returned 3 kickoffs so far, and his average return is 27 yards a clip. Kicking it away for the Newnan Cougars. Terrell Harris. And we are underway at Drake Stadium. Week 3 of Friday Night Football. The return man drops the ball. Then he finds a little opening out beyond the 40 and finally taken down. Mitchell Burke, the man with the tackle. So good field position to start off for this very powerful Sandy Creek offense.
Yeah, Christian Branch started out. It didn't look good right there, number 5 you see right there, who actually picked up that football on the kickoff. Didn't look good to start, but he actually picked up, made a decent gain out of it. Sandy Creek gets the ball to open up with great field position, and on comes their starting quarterback, Trey Walker, who is Coach Chip Walker's son in his senior season. So eager to see what he can do tonight.
So far through 3 games, Trey Walker has been able to complete 65% of his passes. 1st and 10 from the 43 for the Patriots, and immediately they give it to the star, Eric Sweeney, and he busts through on the left side. Big gain on 1st down, plenty enough for another 1st down as he gets it into Cougar territory down to their 45-yard line.
You look at Sweeney, he's averaging 7.8 yards a carry on the season, which is beyond crazy. He just picked up 11 yards on that first carry. That was averaging 134 yards a game as well, so they give it to him early and also often.
Walker under center, gives it to the up back, Austin Vasquez. He's run the ball 9 times. That's his 10th carry of the season. He's had a great average as well, close to 8 yards every time that he's had a chance to carry the football.
Yeah, that's what this offense wants to do. They want to run the football. They want to wear you out and ground and pound you, and then occasionally throw some over the top. But this is a run-first offense with Coach Chip Walker and the Sandy Creek offense.
Just underway here at Drake Stadium. Sandy Creek took the opening kickoff, and so far so good for the Patriots. Right now facing a 2nd and 8 from the 43. Trey Walker with a play change at the line of scrimmage. Back to Sweeney. Fighting through. He looked like he was stopped for no gain, but he spun around and got it inside the 40-yard line in Newnan territory.
Man, just to talk about the comparison between run and pass for this offense, they got 31 passing attempts on the season, 101 rushing attempts. So you can see the balance is unbalanced on there.
I believe that's 70-30.
Absolutely.
Run to pass.
Absolutely.
3rd and 4 now for the Patriots. Staying on the ground with Sweeney. Big hole at the middle. Bounces off a pile and pushes the pile all the way down to the 31-yard line of Newnan. a lot of strength as well in his running, in addition to his fluidness, quickness.
Yeah, he's a power back, and that's exactly what they run the last 3 plays besides giving it to the fullback. They run nothing but power, put the formation into the boundary and run power back to the other side with Sweeney. And you see now they're showing a different look, spreading them out, see if they can get Newnan outside that box for more carries.
2 wide each side for the Patriots. Sweeney in the back taking the toss. On the toss sweep, using the stiff arm, and still able to fight through 2 or 3 defenders. J.K. Britt finally finishing off that gang tackle for the Cougars.
Sandy Creek came out with something different. They went 4 wide, tried to spread them out. But at the end of the day, it was give the ball to 24 and let him tote it. That's what they want to do regardless of formation, how it looks. 24 is going to get the bulk of the carries. He's an Ole Miss commit. We already talked about that, so he's a special player in his own.
5-yard gain on that first down play. So, again, great situations continuing on this drive for Sandy Creek when it comes to down and distance. 2nd and 5 from the 27. Again to Sweeney. Look at him just spin his way. Those legs keep churning. He is one tough running back to bring down, and he's not going to go down on first contact.
No, he's not. That's not going to happen. The first guy hasn't made the tackle yet, and that's the tell of a true good running back is the first guy never makes the tackle, and he's very elusive in what he's done. He's actually carried the ball 7 times already out of the 8 plays, so you can tell he's the workhorse.
Timeout on the field. I believe it was head coach Mike McDonald of Newnan who called for the timeout. That is correct. So he might just be trying to give his defense a break, but also trying to wake him up a little bit. We got to wrap up on that first contact.
It's the first series. I mean, they came into this game knowing exactly who was going to get the ball. They knew exactly who their playmaker was. And right now, Newnan is saying, we're tougher than you right now. We're going to run right at you. They're not trying to do any trickery. They're coming right downhill. He's saying, we got to stand up. We got to bow our necks right here, especially as they get closer into the red zone.
Sandy Creek has definitely dominated in the 3 wins so far. As you take a look at LeVerett Pearson, one of the co-defensive coordinators for the Cougar defense. He also works with Marvell McKelpin, who is in his first year as co-defensive coordinator. A little teamwork there for the Cougars when it comes to trying to stop the opponent. Right now it's 1st and 10. The opponent is on their own, or the Newnan 21-yard line. Sweeney, the single back. And again, Sweeney, the ball carrier. The spin move, 2 times, carrying people with him all the way down inside the 7-yard line.
We talked about it in the open. His fluidness, how quick he is, how smooth he is, and he runs behind his pads. We saw 2 spin moves right there. The elusiveness of this guy is unmatched. And you can tell already he gets his workload in. He runs the ball really hard and breaking tackles as he gets down inside the 10-yard line.
6 foot, 195 pounds. 1st and goal from the 7. Sweeney again spins off the first contact, but this time 3 or 4 other Cougars come in and are able to make the stop. Jadarius Ingram in on the tackle that time for Newnan.
You got to wonder how good a shape Eric Sweeney has to be in. I mean, he's carried the ball on every down except for 1 on this drive.
Well, let's look at this Newnan defense. They already look gassed, and Sweeney looks fresh like it's just the start of the game, and he's carried the ball every play but 1 so far on this drive.
You see some of the big boys up front. Number 74, Tyler Stevens right there, 290 pounds, trying to plug up that middle. Not so much so far.
We're about to watch the 10th play of this opening drive for the Patriots. Sweeney again, left side, trying to get outside. He does, and he's in for the score. All Eric Sweeney, lifting the Patriots to a 6-0 lead just about halfway through, close to halfway through this opening quarter.
Sweeney left, Sweeney right, Sweeney middle. Ends it with Sweeney to the left, and that outruns everybody to the end zone.
And don't forget about Sweeney Spinorama either. Gee, Manetti.
I mean, that's a defining drive, saying this is how the game's going to go, Newnan.
Sandy Creek place kicker Arnold Spaniel boots it through. So with 7:35 remaining in the first quarter, Sandy Creek comes out with a strong statement. They jump out to a 7-0 lead here on WSBTV.com, presented by the Georgia Lottery. Total for this? Okay. Sorry. Yeah, write down the scoring drives. If we can start a list. Like first quarter, SC, 74 yards, how many plays, and then it was a 5-yard TD run, number 24. Good job, Laura, thanks. Sorry, Stefan, I didn't wait for the clear. Who we got back? JK and 11.
Yep.
Quickly out to a 7-point lead. Arnold Spaniel kicks it away to the Newnan Cougars, fielded by J.K. Britt at his own 1-yard line. Looking for some room, gets out beyond the 20, cuts it back, out to and beyond the 35-yard line. Excellent return by J.K. Britt, the workhorse for the Cougars, and he'll stay on the field. He's been on the field every play so far in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he plays out this game because he goes both ways. You don't see much of Eric Sweeney on defense, but J.K. Britt goes both ways, and he's going to come right to the huddle now and go offense. After that big run, can he go match for that match with Eric Sweeney tonight? It's going to be interesting to see.
Well, the key here for Newnan, DJ, and you know it, is ball control just simply to keep Sweeney off the field.
True, very true. You just saw what happened. They took a lot of time off the clock as well. Can they do the same? You know they want to run the ball too.
So Newnan starts on their first offensive series, 1st and 10 from their own 36, handing it off to Britt, but a host of Patriots there to rock his world right at the line of scrimmage. Little or no gain for number 39 in blue.
Yeah, they might have had all 11 white hats to the football that time. They try to come out and run power as well, but good stout front up front for this defensive line of Sandy Creek. You look at DJ Forte, number 11, Javante Lane, number 1. You got Al Cooper. You got Trent Sellers right there, number 44, who's in our picture. Second lead attacker, committed to Georgia Tech. Really great player for the Sandy Creek D-line.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. This time they'll try the toss sweep left side. Again, nothing there. A swarming Patriot defense denying J.K. Britt. Tristan Mann, the middle linebacker, leading the way for the Patriots on that stop.
Yeah, it's going to be tough sledding for J.K. This is a very, very good and fast-flowing defense of Sandy Creek. Don't give up a lot of points. They played pretty good football. Last week, they were up on Hampton 35-0 with a minute to go in the second quarter. So they don't give up much point, and they score a lot.
And that's why, as you mentioned, Sweeney hardly played at all last week.
Right.
Bailey Bryant, the quarterback, working from the shotgun and just hammered from behind and dropped for a loss. That's a defensive end, Javante Lane, a senior, for his 2nd sack of the season.
That's a good-looking defensive lineman right there. You got in high school here. You look at him, 6'2", 215. Watch him get off the corner on his edge. Just beats the tackle, number 70, Joel Hughes, and just closes in on the quarterback. Bailey had no chance of completing that football.
So 3 and out for the Cougars on their opening possession. Number 38, Hunter Bless, is your punter. And back deep is Sweeney. Line of scrimmage, the 33-yard line. Bless boots it away, short kick. That's Corey Banks back deep. Oh, big block delivered by number 25 and wide, and another block as the Patriots have a beautiful return set up. Corey Banks finally taken down at the Newnan 49-yard line. What 2 great blocks you saw on that return. 2 blindsided blocks, and they were beautifully laid out by the Sandy Creek return team.
Van Earl, I tell you, Deshaun Rosser is not going to like this film when he watches it. This is a brutal hit. You see number 5 coming to your screen. He hits him square too, Van Earl. I mean, that's nothing bad about that. 2 good blocks, and you see guys just picking guys up going down his line. This is just an outstanding job of blocking by his mates. As Sandy Creek picks up great field position. Well, actually, it was a penalty, so they actually bring it back.
Oh, my. Newnan might have caught a break on that, but those blocks look totally clean and totally on the front side.
Right. I mean, they got their hand in the front. They hit right inside, so I thought they did a good job of getting their helmet actually in front.
I hope they don't call blocking in the back because it'd be an incorrect call. Herbert Phillips in the white hat is our referee for the night.
Herbert's like, did you see that block?
So it looks like some indecision amongst the referees. Was it clean or was it not? To me, I saw 3 very clean, beautifully executed blocks on a punt return.
Yeah, I thought they got a head on the front side, which is what you like. You don't want to see anybody hit anybody in the back, and clean hits. They were just hard hits. I'm not sure why it's coming back, but as you can see with all the talk from the refs, all of them saw something different.
All right, they're waving it off.
We were right, Van Earl. We were right.
They got their earpiece plugged in to our webcast here on WSBTV.com. They were heavily influenced by DJ Shocker.
And that's a big, about 40-yard gain, 40 to 50 yards on the pickup just by picking that flag up. So they definitely heard us up here in the booth, man.
So that's the second time you call me Van. The name's Van Earl, you dog.
Van Earl, I mean.
Good Lord, man. How many times have we been doing this? 1st and 10 from the Newnan 40. Trey Walker under center. He's got Corey Branks as the slot on his right, and he hands the ball to Eric Sweeney, and I think they finally managed to find a way to stop 24 for no gain. In fact, it's a 1-yard loss.
Van Earl, for the first time, they stopped Sweeney.
That's
and actually lose yardage here. Good job with this defense bowing up right now. Can they do it consecutive times, though? Because you know they're going to come back with it again. Just because you stopped it once doesn't mean you're going to completely stop them. But good group up front here for Newnan trying to stop this very good rushing attack of Sandy Creek.
So a loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the team in white. Less than 4.5 to go here in the first quarter. Sam Beard in motion. Fake to Sweeney. Play action. Walker going down the left side. Inside, and it's picked off by Newnan. Frankie Williams still on his feet. Frankie Williams getting it out beyond the Newnan 40-yard line. Trey Walker threw into double coverage and threw the ball too far inside, and Frankie Williams was there to fire up and give some spark to this Newnan team because it was looking real quick like it was going to be a long night.
Yeah, just disappointed in that throw there from Trey Walker. It just throws it up in the coverage. The safety is playing back there. You see J.K. Britt back there playing it. And this is Frankie Williams, who actually had a big interception for a touchdown versus Carrollton. So he's used to catching the football and making something happen with it after he catches it.
And he did just that, a great return on the interception. There's Frankie, 7 tackles, and as you see, already 1 defensive touchdown this year, and that's his 2nd pick of this 2014 season. Bailey Bryant, the 6'4" quarterback, harassed and has to throw it away. Again, the offensive line for the Cougars has got to find a way to get the job done a whole lot better than what they've been doing so far.
Yeah, you see number 92 right there, Al Cooper. Was the guy who was harassing Bailey, but you see after the turnover, usually that's what happens. The offenses try to go take a shot. Newnan tried to take a shot. It wasn't there. Good job of Bailey being able to get that ball away and not taking a sack.
Bailey Bryant is a 3rd-year starter, senior, of course. So far, he's thrown close to 300 yards, a couple of TD tosses, and 1 touchdown run. But he needs some better protection from his big boys up front. Incompletion makes it 2nd and 10. Quick throw out to the flat to KD Satterwhite. He's got some room down the left sideline and then steps out of bounds right around the 35-yard line of Sandy Creek. Now, that's a good play right there for the Cougars.
Yeah, we talked to Coach McDonald. He talked about Satterwhite being a player who they got to get the ball to. He's only got 3 catches on the season, but he's nothing but a bubble screen on the outside. Good job of blocking by his receiver and getting to the corner. Good stuff happening now for Newnan.
That good block delivered by number 12, Mitchell Burke for Newnan. So a 1st and 10 for the Cougars, and now they're in Sandy Creek territory for the first time tonight as we go under 4 minutes in the first period. 1st and 10 at the 37. And timeout, and the second timeout already for Newnan.
Doesn't bowl well, and you talk about Bailey Bryant. You see him there, number 10, quarterback for Newnan. Last week he was 8 for 22 for 135 yards, so obviously he wasn't as accurate as he wanted to be. I'm not sure if it was pressure or what, but he has to do a better job of getting the ball to his receivers like he just did on the outside of the center field, and having good blocks on the outside as well from Mitchell Burke.
Bailey Bryant, a big kid, 6'4", just shy of 200 pounds. And last week, Newnan got off to a great start. They marched down the field, 80 yards in 15 plays, and then Bryant took it in for the score. But then after that, they just really quit playing, according to head coach Mike McDonald, and ended up losing to Marietta.
Now you see Bailey's stats there. He's done a good job of throwing it. Last week wasn't his best showing as far as yards and completion percentage, but he's done a good job, and that's what coach says. He's a 3-year starter. They give him a lot of freedom at the line of scrimmage to change plays from run to pass or pass to run, and that's the positive of having a senior as your quarterback.
So again, we reset at 1st and 10 from the Patriot 37. Bryant keeps it himself, looking for running room. He's a big boy, and he gets it inside the 35, and he also loses his helmet in the process.
Yeah, he's going up in there with the big guys. You better stay out of there. That's what happens when you go in there with the big guys. But interesting enough, he has to come off the field for a play because his helmet comes off. So we're going to see the backup was Chancellor Johnson, who's
also a big kid.
Right, number 9. Yeah, so he is huge. I've actually had a chance to see him this summer in a couple camps, and he's done a good job. He's done a good job already of committing himself to this team.
Chancellor, 6'3", 210 pounds. He's number 9, and he's in for a play after Bailey Bryant lost his helmet. We'll see if he sticks around. Number 29 in motion for the Cougars. The pitch. And rocked is number 31, Marquise Hill.
Wow, stood up. I mean, he was stood up and met.
Another big hit by Tristan Mann.
Yeah, Tristan Mann's one of their big-time players on this defense. Coach talked about him being one of the key players, big body. He's one of the biggest linebackers they've had around here. Plugs the middle, plugs the gap. He's sure enough plugged the hole there.
Here comes Bryant after sitting out one play after losing his helmet. A gain of only 2, so it's 3rd and 8 for the Cougars. Play action. Bryant looking to the right side, and he's got a man. Number 29. That's Frankie Williams, the guy who made the interception to give the Cougars life on this second offensive series of the game for them.
Nice job. Look at this, getting his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage, delivering the ball, being accurate. That's what we talked about he didn't do last week. He's doing a better job of it already. Completing passes, keeping the chains moving for this Newnan offense, and keeping it away from that good offense of Sandy Creek.
That's right. First down for the Cougars at the Patriot 22-yard line. Another quick hitch to Satterwhite, but he slipped and his knee hit down, and it might even be a loss. Right there on the spot is outside linebacker Will Harper for Sandy Creek.
Just trying to get the ball in open field for Satterwhite. We've seen last time when they get the ball to him in open space, he can make some stuff happen. Just unfortunate he slipped, but a good opportunity there for Newnan to pick up plays, but even better now for Sandy Creek, putting them behind the chains.
Darrell Hines and P.J. Harris check in. P.J. wears number 30, and he's a freshman. Patriot defense with their hands on their hips. Loss of 4 on the play, 2nd and 14 for the Cougars. Looked like the Patriots jumped offside. Looks like DJ Forte might be the guilty party. A little too anxious. That'll be a nice little gift for the Cougars since they were facing a 2nd and 14. It'll now be 2nd and 9.
That's big. That's big. They just had the lost yardage play. Now they get it right back. So you're back in good graces now as far as moving the chains goes.
Bryant working under center this time. 31, Marquise Hill is the deep back. Play action to him. Bryant quick out to Frankie Williams, tiptoeing down the left sideline and knocked out of bounds, and then a flag comes flying. Darrell Hines, the receiver on that play.
Late flag on there, too. He just snuck out the backfield there. Looks like good job of Bailey finding him in the flats and find out what the penalty is about, and Newnan's got a good drive going.
Oh, boy, big penalty against the Patriots. Hitting while the man was out of bounds, a late hit.
And you can see him just slip out the backfield from that fullback position. He actually lined up in the backfield and just slipped down the backfield. Must have been a blown coverage, but the late hit by Tristan, man, we just talked about the late hit by Tristan. Gives them half the distance to the goal. Big chance for points here for Newnan.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line for the Cougars. Handing it to the up back. That's Hines, and he's in for the score. Great answer and great capitalization of the turnover by the Newnan Cougars as number 26, Darrell Hines, takes it in from 6 yards out to put the Cougars on the board here late in the 1st quarter.
When Sandy Creek makes mistakes, you got to make them pay for it. They're a big-time team. They're used to making the mistakes by other teams, but good job of them capitalizing on it, especially here at home, tying the ball game up, hopefully in with a field goal. But good job of Newnan responding, like you just mentioned, Van Earl.
Jacob Bryant is the kicker, looking to tie it for the Cougars. It is good. So with 1:19 left here in the 1st quarter at Newnan High School, the Cougars have answered the highly ranked Patriots. We're tied at 7 apiece. You're watching Friday Night Football from the Channel 2 Sports Zone on WSVTV.com, presented by the Georgia Lottery. So put on that scoring play, please, in parentheses. 1 second. Number 20, number 29, INT, comma, 2 penalties. That's good. Had an offside and a personal foul, and that kept it going.
Yep.
Okay, Jacob Bryant.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't hear what you said. I only heard the second.
He said no replay. No replay.
Back at Drake Stadium in Newnan High School, about 30 miles south of the city of Atlanta. We thank you for joining us here on Friday night. We're going to be here all football season long, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you'll join us every Friday night on WSBTV.com. We begin at 7:25 every week. Short kick fielded by Corey Banks, looking for some running room, but taken down at the 30-yard line. Good coverage that time by the Cougar kick team. Javante Gates in on that tackle.
Here's the time for the response from Trey Walker, the senior, getting his first chance, a little bit of adversity here. I know in the first game they played Archer. They were down 13-0 at halftime. He faced some adversity there. His dad talked about him overcoming that and made him get a win. This is another environment, especially on the road, to see how he responds after another team responded with a big drive.
Line of scrimmage right at the 30-yard line for the Patriots. Sweeney, the deep back. They give it to him. Left side. Pushing the pile, but not too far. Looks like the run defense is improving for the Cougars. Big, number 74, 290 pounds, as DJ mentioned, Tyler Stevens.
Yeah, he's a plugger up the middle. Coach talking about him being Ideal size up front for him. He's going to need it tonight, especially with a big rushing attack of Sweeney. And you think they're going to probably lean more on Sweeney now because of the interception just thrown by Trey Walker.
Well, I'm not sure who has less confidence, the coach, the dad, Chip Walker, and his son throwing, or Trey in his own throwing ability. 2nd and 6 for the Patriots. Toss sweep to Sweeney, right side. Great cut. Look at the speed. Separating himself and finally tracked down.
That's not what you want if you're Newnan. Nothing but the toss to the strong side. Nobody filled gaps. They got hats on hats for Sandy Creek. And nice cut by Sweeney to get upfield and make a positive yardage play here. You see, nothing but the toss. Good job of receivers on the outside blocking. And J.K. Britt was right there in the hole, and he made him look not so good on that play.
Satterwhite and Burke in on the tackle to slow down Sweeney. Big gain for the Patriot running back all the way down to the 35-yard line of Newnan. This time they go to Sweeney's backup, Dresden Parson.
Got to give the big guy a break there as the first quarter comes to an end, but a pretty good first quarter, we can say so. Both teams come out scoring 7-7 here. Got a great bunch of players here.
Stick with us. The second quarter on the way right here on WSBTV.com, presented by the Georgia Lottery. Sandy Creek head coach Chip Walker sharing a few words of wisdom with his offense.
Well, besides that big play by Sweeney there at the end of the quarter, they were kind of stymied there at the end of that first quarter, and not much going for them offensively, but maybe that big run was what they needed to get the composure back they had, especially in that first drive. You see Coach Chip Walker in his amazing record as in his 10th year here at Sandy Creek.
Averaging more than 10 wins a year. State champions in 2009, 10, and 12. 2nd and 8 for the Patriots. Handing it to the up back. Vasquez, big bowling ball of a runner. Gets it all the way inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, you mentioned it right there. He's only 5'11", but almost 220 pounds. You can tell it's hard to bring him down. Hard to get their arms around him. He just kept bowling guys over. Good run there, picking up a first down.
His second run of the night and 11th carry of the season.
Man, I got to wonder, how long can J.K. Britt last in a game like this where it's so physical, it's so hot outside? How can he continue to go both ways? Because they need him just as much on offense.
1st and 10 for the Patriots. Line of scrimmage is the 23-yard line, and somebody moved too quick. In fact, a lot of people moved too quick. And it's going to be on Sandy Creek. The offense started the motion.
Bodes well for Newnan. They got to get something going defensively to push this Sandy Creek offense back, because they got the rhythm going forward now.
Talk about a forward lean. I mean, theoretically, the entire Sandy Creek offense is just leaning. And Mike McDonald, the Newnan head coach, admitted to us that, you know, they're outweighing us on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Sam Beard in motion. Walker show and throw instead, draws it to Sweeney, gets it inside the 20, close to the 16-yard line.
Well, I guess that's a way to respond there.
There you go.
They come back with a nice draw play. The offensive lineman doing a good job of allowing the defensive lineman to get upfield, think it's pass, and then here comes run right now. You see everybody is on that side of the field. Good job of them getting up to the next level. You talk about their offensive line, Van Earl. 270-pound goes to Chandler Truitt of the right tackle. 330 is the right guard, E.J. Hurley. 270 and 270 and 220. So they're big up front.
Huge. 2nd and 3 from the 17. Again, Vasquez with the forward lean. Just a couple on the right side, but looks like it'll be right at the 15, if not a little bit inside of it.
Yeah, he's still going to be short, but you got to think they're going to get the ball to Sweeney here and try to pick up this first down. He's actually done all the grunt work so far, picking up big yardage, but a big third down for Newnan. Can Newnan get off the field and force the field goal right now?
That would be huge for the team in blue, but it would also be surprising with just 3rd and 2 to go. Sweeney, he just leans forward and he gets the first down. Stopped by Emmanuel Bridges.
Like we just talked about his offensive line. Coach talked about Nick Davis, the center, number 74. Talks about how smart and how much he's progressed. You think about his right guard, E.J. Hurley. Coach calls him a bruiser. So he has a nasty streak, likes to mix it up front. Look at that big guy, number 65. You think he can open up some holes?
Handoff to Sweeney. Had a decent hole, finally taken down by Deshaun Rosser and a couple of his friends.
And right on cue, yeah, they run right behind that big right side. 330 goes E.J. Hurley, and 270 goes Chandler Truitt. That's a big offensive line that likes to play this run-first type of offense. Get in your face and maul you type of guys. That's what they're used to.
And don't forget about number 52. We'll tell you about him after this play. It's 2nd and 6. Sweeney, the ball carrier, hit hard at the line of scrimmage.
Man,
number
I know
21 on the hit. That's Damian Key.
I know why you want to talk about him, so I'm going to let you have that one.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
His given name, number 52 in white, is not James Prothrow. It's Sir James Prothrow. Now, Prothrow is a pretty good football name. I mean, that name goes back years and years into the old AFL. But they call him Sir James. I like a man with 2 first names.
I know that. As you got really mad at me for calling you Van, so I understand.
Thank you very
that.
much. Timeout on the field. Chip Walker wanted to talk about it. So, with 8 minutes, 19 seconds remaining here in the first half, Chip Walker uses his first timeout of the first half.
Well, if you're going to use a timeout, it's always good to use them, especially when you're going in. You know, 3rd down, about to get into the end zone. You got to make sure you got your best play possible. You think about how this offense is running the football. They're probably going to go 4-down territory. 7 points are probably going to win this football game. Got to score touchdowns, not field goals.
This gives us a chance, DJ, to talk about something I saw today where Georgia has the state of Georgia has over 100 players currently. I think it's current, or at least in the last couple of years, that have been on NFL rosters. And that is just so impressive to me. For years, probably when you were growing up, and certainly when I was growing up, the high school factories were Texas, Florida, and California.
Right.
And now Georgia is right in there with any of those states.
Yeah, you see Coach Mike McDonald there. He's 6 year. He's done a great job of getting these kids to college and kids moving on to the pros. And like you mentioned, Georgia's a big time place for a lot of players to come. You see guys coming here just to play football in the South. It's huge already. But when you started your statement, Van, I thought you were going to talk about the Georgia Bulldogs going against South Carolina this weekend. I guess you didn't want to talk about that.
I'm trying to be a professional and talk about the subject at hand.
Right. That is the subject.
Okay. 3rd and 2. There's Sweeney, and there's another Sandy Creek touchdown. Sweeney's 2nd of the night, and also his 6th of the season. Man, he makes it look so easy. He does look like a man amongst boys.
Yeah, he's going to be exciting to watch on the next level. I'm looking forward to see what he does once he get into the SEC and heads to Ole Miss. It's going to be fun. Ole Miss has got a lot of players, a lot of great players over the past couple of years. Guy we saw last year, Robert Nkemdiche, actually is up in Ole Miss, so they got a lot of players, and he was from the state of Georgia, so a lot of players playing on big-time levels in the state of Georgia.
Arnold Spaniel on for the kick. Poor snap. Good recovery by Trey Walker, and the kick is good. 8:15 to go in the second quarter here at Newnan High School, and the visitors from Sandy Creek are leading 14-7. You're watching Friday Night Football from the Channel 2 Sports Zone, presented by WSBTV.com and brought to you by the Georgia Lottery. Just to talk about some things we can talk about. I think it's going to be a blowout. Not a lot of trick plays in this game.
No.
The kick is not part of the drives. So how long was that drive? Right over there, 69. Arnold Spaniel and the Sandy Creek Patriots preparing to kick it away after their offense completed a 10-play, 69-yard scoring drive, capped off by a 2-yard touchdown run from Eric Sweeney, his second of the game.
Well, we talked about Trey Walker having to respond now. Can Bailey come out and respond as well, because it's going to be an up-and-down game. Can Bailey come out and respond like they did last time? But they did it, not running, but throwing actually in that last drive.
Kick is away. Satterwade fields it at his own 10, drops it, and just falls on it to be safe. Took his eyes off the ball as he was trying to break away on a run. So they'll spot it at the Newnan 12-yard line as the Cougars try to mount a long drive here that would be 88 yards if they're able to stay on the field.
That's disappointing there, because he had a lot of run room in front of him, and he's an exciting player once he gets the ball at open field. Back comes Bailey Bryant. See if he can respond now. He did a lot with his arm last series. See if they go back to some of that this one.
He's got Marquise Hill at tailback, Darrell Hines as the up back. They give it to Hines, a few yards up the middle. This time Mike McDonald giving J.K. Britt a bit of a break since he's been on the field for every play until this series.
As he should. I mean, he's going to need a break. He's going to need some fluids. They got to make sure he might possibly need an IV at halftime. I mean, it's still humid out here tonight, and he's playing both sides of the ball. It was a very physical Sandy Creek team.
2nd and 5 for the Cougars. Line of scrimmage is the 19. Again to the up back. Darrell Hines.
They keep running this dive option play, and the last two plays, if Bailey pulls that football, they got to play on the perimeter. So I wonder if they're going to come back to that sometime, because the end is crashing and just giving everything around the corner.
Good situation for the Cougars. 3rd and short. Approaching the 7-minute mark. Patriots might have jumped off sides. A whistle blows the play dead.
Yep, got it offsides.
Another penalty, the 3rd of the game for the Patriots, and it's a key penalty because just like the first two that extended the Cougars' touchdown drive, this one gives the Cougars an automatic first down.
Yeah, you look at Bailey, he's a senior. He's been around. He understands game situations. 3rd and 3, get him to jump off sides, pick up a free first down.
1st and 10 from their own 27. Putting it in the belly of Marquise Hill, the junior running back.
As we can see now, it's exactly the game plan for Newnan right now. Grind the ball out,
Right.
take some of that clock out, keep this game close. If we can keep this game close going into the fourth quarter, we have an opportunity to steal one. And that's looked like the game plan so far for Newnan. Not really stretching the field, throwing it, but just dinking, dunking it, and then run it. So hopefully it works out for him, but it seems like he's doing a good job for it right now.
J.K. Britt back in the ball game. He wears number 39 in blue. He's in motion. Bryant bobbled the snap, handed it off to the up man, Darrell Hines. Might have picked up a couple of yards. Al Cooper with the stop.
Yeah, great job of Al right there, meeting him at the point of contact. It looked like Bailey fumbled it a little bit at the snap of the ball and kind of slowed the play down. But 92, Al Cooper's been there throughout the night, stuffing gaps, stuffing the hole there. You see number 11, 6'4", 240. That's DJ Forte, a big-time player there. You see he's huge in the middle as well. This is a big, big Sandy Creek defense.
Timeout on the field. Herbert Phillips wants to raise the roof.
Nice one, Van Earl. That was a good one. I like that.
Approaching 5.5 minutes to go. 3rd and 8. Bryant looking to throw. Has a man downfield, but overthrew him badly. Intended for Randall Arnold, but we do have a flag. And it's in the offensive backfield.
Yeah, that's somewhere in there of holding majority of the time. We'll see here.
There you go. So on a 3rd and 8, Newnan is whistled for holding. That'll back him up and force a punt, no doubt. Actually, it won't be 4th down, my bad. It's waved off by Sandy Creek, so it will be 4th down. And that'll bring on the punter, Hunter Bless.
Yeah, instead of taking it back, making it 3rd and 18 and possibly picking it up, they just decline it, punt it to us, and give us a chance to put more points on the board. But one thing I didn't like Bailey there, Bailey didn't give his guy a chance at the football.
He felt rushed.
He just threw it out there, and he got to give it a little bit more air, give his guy a chance to make a play on the football. If not, then you move on, but you got to give your guys a chance.
Corey Banks is back deep for the Patriots. Number 7, one of 4 players on this Sandy Creek team that is a part of the state champion 4x100 relay team in track. Hunter Bless, your kicker. Boots it away. Short kick. Sideways bounce. Down by Satterwhite. Inside Sandy Creek territory, but they'll have great field position at their own 47-yard line with 5:14 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, man, you talked about that 4x1 team. Corey Banks is on that team as well. Sweeney
Hubbard.
and Hubbard. So the 4th guy's probably a track guy, but you got 3 of the 4 guys playing on this football team. You got speed, you got power, you got everything involved, not only in this football field, but also in track.
Did you run track?
I did. I was a 100 and 200 guy.
There you go. Best 100 time?
See what happened was, I'm going to tell you what happened. This is what happened. You know you start a sentence like that. It's not good.
Oh, 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Line of scrimmage is the 47-yard line of Sandy Creek. Play action. Walker. Quick out. Complete. Sam Beard, the receiver. Gain of a few yards for the Patriots.
See, that's a good job of Coach Walker getting his quarterback into an easy read scenario there. They ran curl flat. A guy runs a 12-yard curl. Flat guy, number 28, we just talked about
Sam
right
Beard.
there. Sam Beard runs in the flat. Now you got an easy read. Put it on him. Good delivery. Nice, easy read for Trey Walker.
Satterwhite made the tackle. Now it's a gain of 3, so 2nd and 7 for Sandy Creek. Quick pitch to Sweeney, right side. Good stop by the entire Newnan defense. Well, at least maybe about 7 of them.
Well, that's good. When you got a guy like Sweeney running the football, you got to get 7, 8, 9, 10 hats to the football. Because we know he breaks tackles. The first guy never makes the play. So if you get multiple guys at him, hitting him, maybe you can wear him down and you at least get him on the ground.
Approaching the 4.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Sandy Creek on the move, trying to add to their 7-point lead. Line of scrimmage at the 46, 3rd and 3, and they're going to throw. Wide open receiver is Corey Banks. He broke an initial tackle and then got it close to the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 26.
Coach Walker comes back with the same concept, curl, flat. You're going to see the exact play they just threw to Sam Beard for the flat. Sam Beard's in the flat now. Corey Banks running the 12-yard curl, hits him right in stride. Good job of getting upfield. Easy read, easy completion. Good job of getting some confidence back for his quarterback.
20-yard gain on that pass play, and that's even better than the average Banks came in with. He'd been averaging gains of more than 16 yards per catch, and that's his 8th catch of the season. His first catch tonight. 1st and 10 from the 26 of Newnan. Toss sweep to Sweeney. Going high was the first defender there.
Tough.
Number 19, Jajarius Ingram, and then Sweeney leaned forward and picked up 3 more.
Yeah,
and Sweeney, DJ, he's looking for a face mask or a horse collar.
Yeah, you see him looking for it. That's what running backs do. Once they have those tough runs like that, but tough running anyway into that short side of the field. Toss sweep, cuts down your run lanes. A good job of Newnan running to the football. But like you mentioned, he still picked up 3 yards after that.
So it's 2nd and 7 from the 23. Inside to Vasquez. Bowling ball. I mean, he just is. People are bouncing off that guy, and he's bouncing off of them.
That's exactly what I'm thinking about watching this game. You see guys just flying everywhere. You're going to see blue jerseys just bouncing off Vasquez here. He runs hard, and once he gets those shoulders down, he runs over his own guy. If you're in the way, Vasquez is going to run you over.
Picks up a first down for the Patriots. They move the line of scrimmage down to the 14-yard line. Vasquez and Sweeney behind Trey Walker. Banks in motion. The handoff to Sweeney. Harassed and finally chased out of bounds by Deshaun Rosser and Frankie Williams.
Yeah, good job with Deshaun Rosser running him all the way to the sideline, not allowing him to turn the corner. And that's a good job of him actually holding the edge, not allowing him to get around the corner, which ultimately helps this play and moves Sandy Creek into a long 2nd down here.
Still a positive play for Sweeney. All of his runs so far tonight have been positive except for one 1-yard loss. He picks up 3, so it's 2nd and 7. Line of scrimmage at the 11-yard line.
Newnan would love to come up with a stop. They need a turnover. They need something good to happen here.
Again, Sweeney, the ball carrier, and leans forward for maybe a yard, but good stand or good wall that time by the Newnan front line.
Yeah, good job up front. DeQuay Sinkfield, 41 in on that play, stuffing the run up front. 36, J.T. Greer as well. Man, a guy who's plugging gaps and making sure Sweeney has no easy breathing running room once he hits it up in the middle.
Picks up a couple of yards, makes it 3rd and 6 at the 10. This would be a huge stop for the Newnan defense, but it's a tough assignment. Sweeney, the tailback, and another timeout. Chip Walker has to call time before charged with a delay of game. Both Newnan and Sandy Creek have one timeout remaining in this first half.
Well, what happened there? They're inside the red zone. Coach Chip Walker doesn't want anything bad to happen. You see Trey Walker trying to get guys lined up, guy running to the left. Then there's motion. Instead of just making sure everybody's on the same page, he just called timeout and said, hey, here's the play we got. Everybody understand their responsibility, and everybody line up, and this is how it's going to go.
2:13 to go here in the first half. Sandy Creek on the doorstep, looking to increase their 7-point lead, and Newnan trying to keep it to a field goal right here.
Coach should be telling those guys in that Newnan huddle, strip the ball, go after it. Make sure you make the tackle first, but when you gang tackle, pull that tug that football. Try to get it out because they need a turnover here or at least hold them to 3 points.
Great facility here at Newnan High School. Beautiful football field. They've got the Max Bass athletic complex. He's a man who coached Newnan football for 29 years, followed by Bill Kelly and Robert Herring. And then Mike McDonald took over. And he's now in his 6th year. McDonald grew up in Morrow, Georgia.
Morrow.
Thank you. A little bit closer to town.
Yeah, it's a
right
little bit
by the
closer to me.
airport.
I know about Morrow. That's my neck of the woods right there.
Well, you played in Fayette County.
I played Clayton County. Why you keep?
I don't know.
Come on.
Sweeney with it. Oh, wrestled, trying to be wrestled, and finally gang tackled. Great play there by Jadarius Ingram, who was there to provide the initial stop on Sweeney, and his friends came in and cleaned it up. So they denied Sandy Creek of a first down, and now it'll be 4th and 4 to go, and we'll see if Chip Walker is going to put it in the hands of Sweeney again.
Wow, the initial contact right there. You see number 19 coming in, making a big play on that. He just looked like he did not want to go down. Great play up front by number 19, Jadarius Ingram, being there to make this stop. If they can hold him to 3 or actually miss this field goal, it'll be big.
A bad snap. Trey Walker has to pick it up. He's looking for help, and he's chased in the backfield, and finally he tries to shovel pass to his kicker, Arnold Spaniel, and he can only fall on it. But boy, is that a huge turn of events for the Newnan Cougars.
That's a huge win for Newnan. And I remember you saying last series Trey Walker did a good job of getting that ball up because there was a bad misstep. That time he wasn't able to get it that time. So that's a win for Newnan. Trey Walker could not have a good handle on that extra point snap.
Hate to point out the mistake by the high school kid, but the snapper is Trenton Rigby, and he's a little bit off the mark so far tonight.
Yeah, I remember you saying he did a good job of getting that snap up, getting that hold up, but that time not so good. And
that one kind of rolled back there, and Walker could not get it down in time. So Newnan comes away with a big moral victory. 1:19 to go in the first half, and if I'm Mike McDonald, I just want to do a couple of running plays and run out this clock, and Bailey Bryant's going to keep it himself on the quarterback option and get it out beyond the 20-yard line, and that picks up a first down for the Cougars. So maybe they might try a couple of things here.
Banner, I think everybody's listening to our telecast. Just the previous series, I mentioned they're sucking in on the drive.
Right.
They're sucking in on the dive. Maybe they can keep it on the option. And look here, they pick up positive yardage. That's a good job of pulling it, making a play on it. But let's remember now, Newnan gets the ball at the half, so.
Now a flag comes in.
Too many. Too many guys in the huddle there. You see one last guy trying to run out before they game out the huddle. Anytime you break the huddle with 12 guys, they're going to throw that flag, even if you're trying to run off the field.
So that's a mental mistake for Mike McDonald and the Cougars.
Yeah, he's shaking his
Boy,
head.
that'll drive a head coach crazy, and you can see it's driving him crazy. Man. So that'll back it up 1st and 15 at their own 16-yard line. They give it to the dive man, trying to push the pile. That's Hines, number 26.
Yeah, I think they're going to be content now to not give this ball back to Sandy Creek and run this clock out and know, hey, we got a chance to get the ball at halftime, and we can come out and regroup, find some plays we like at halftime, make the proper adjustments, and come out and try to take this thing down and tie it up.
Clock is ticking, so they might just take a knee, right?
Yep, absolutely. It's only 2nd down. Sandy Creek can't do anything about it. Only got one timeout.
So one final snap here. And that will do it for the first half. Newnan has to feel pretty good going into the locker room trailing a top 10 team in the first, or in Class 4A here in the first half. 14-7, our score. And Sandy Creek They played well. Eric Sweeney's played very well.
Yeah.
But Sandy Creek has made a lot of mistakes, and they could be up a lot bigger.
Uncharacteristic of a team like Sandy Creek, who usually plays sound football. They've had a lot of penalties to help Newnan keep drives alive. So Sandy Creek has to come out and say, we got to play better fundamental football. Sweeney's doing a good job running the football, but Newnan has to make a little bit more plays on offense if they want to win this football game.
Eric Sweeney, of course, headed to Ole Miss, and J.K. Britt, the big star for Newnan, headed to North Carolina. And coming up at halftime, lots more recruiting news, courtesy of AJC's Michael Carville. He will join us at halftime, and plenty of action from the two high school bands, so stick around for that. He's DJ Shockley, I'm Van Earl Wright, and you're watching Friday Night Football on WSBTV.com, presented by the Georgia Lottery.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field for your halftime entertainment is the Newnan High School Marching Band. The band is under the direction of John Elderwan and Josh Roberts. Dr. Josh Boyd is the visual coordinator. The color guard is instructed by Rachel Boyd. Other members of the instructional staff include Kim Garden, Morgan Cruz, Lee White, Peyton Cofield, Devontae Gates, and Matt Moore. The 2014 production is entitled Breaking Free. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Harrison Brown, Morgan Meacham, and Hannah Colbert. Would you please welcome the Newnan High School Marching Band. On behalf of Principal Chase Puckett and Superintendent of Cowley County Schools, Dr. Steve Barker, the Newnan Band thanks you for your attention at this evening's performance. We also offer sincere thanks to the administration of Newnan High School for continued support and all the love and that support we receive from all around the area. Thank you.
See your scoring summary. Exactly. Back at Newnan High School, Drake Stadium the site, and a little bit tighter ball game than we might have expected, especially with the way Sandy Creek opened up this contest. Hello, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. He's DJ Shockley, and I'm Van Earl Wright. And the way that the Patriots took the ball on the opening possession of the game and marched right down the field in 10 plays, it looked like it was going to be a long night for Newnan. But Newnan has hung in there and battled.
They have. You thought it was going to be a domination. You saw Eric Sweeney come out and pretty much do whatever he wanted running the football. They just pushed Newnan around their first drive. But Newnan has responded. They had some key penalties by Sandy Creek to keep some drives going. But Sandy Creek, you got to realize they're going to come out. They're going to do it again. They're going to try to break the will of Newnan here at home. But Newnan has the ball coming out the second half, so it should be interesting to see how they respond after some halftime adjustments.
Let's show you some video from the first half, and it was capped off by an Eric Sweeney 5-yard touchdown run. That ended an opening 74-yard, 10-play touchdown drive for the visitors from Sandy Creek. But then Newnan was able to come right back because Frankie Williams stepped in and picked off this pass from Trey Walker and put on a good return.
Good job of Frankie Williams going up the highest point to make that play. He already has the interception for touchdown this season early versus Carrollton, so good job of him.
And then off the play action, again Hines, and then a late hit penalty only extended the Newnan drive that was capped off by Hines taking it in, and that was a 9-play touchdown drive for the Cougars. But then Sweeney came right back.
Yeah, Sweeney comes back with a huge run of his own. Momentum on their side, big 32-yard run there by Eric Sweeney, and capped off by this touchdown run would put them up 14-7.
That was early in the second quarter. So far, Eric Sweeney has 2 TDs and close to 100 yards already in the first half. He came in averaging through the first 3 games 134. So
Yeah.
he's already pretty close to his average.
Hey, he's getting more work tonight. We mentioned last week he only had 2 carries, but this week 21 carries already in the first half at 96 yards. I got to think he's going to eclipse that 100-yard mark before the night's over. But good second half to start here. Noonan's going to get the ball, so you're ready to see what happens.
So you did mention that you expect more of the same from Sweeney with the ground and pound, but what will you expect from Newnan?
Newnan doesn't come out and continue what they've been doing. I think they want to control the clock. They've been doing that by running the football, keeping it out of Sandy Creek's hand. They got to continue to do that. Throw it when they can. They've done a good job, Bailey Bryant, of dinking and dunking here and there to move the chains. But they got to control the clock with the run game. Can J.K. Britt be the X factor in the second half for Newnan?
And J.K. Britt, one of the deep men, set to return. Instead, it's Satterwade who takes it inside his own 20, jukes and jives and gets it out a little bit beyond the 25-yard line of the Cougars. Newnan ended the first half with the football, and they had a good quarterback option run by Bailey Bryant. We'll see what they do scheme-wise here in the second half with the opening possession of the third quarter.
You know, I want to see them open it up more for Bailey. He's a senior. He's a 3-year starter. Allow him to try to win this football game for you. I know you want to keep it close and possibly have a chance in the fourth quarter, but open it up. Give him a chance. See if he has that to put this team on his back.
Bailey Bryant wears number 10. He's 6'4" and 195 pounds, and he pitches it to J.K. Britt right side, and not much there for the star for the Newnan Cougars.
Yeah, good start for the Sandy Creek defense, trying to make some plays early, trying to get this. And you see the halftime stats here. What's most daunting is you only have 1 turnover here, but 11 first downs by Sandy Creek. They've been grinding it out, 127 yards. Not much going on Newnan side of the football, but at the end of the day, it's only a 14-7 lead for Sandy Creek.
Noonan's in good shape right now. Sandy Creek came in as a 21-point favorite in this battle of Fayette County and Coweta County. Just underway here in the second half. Bailey Bryant looking to throw on second and long. Oh, picked off in the backfield by Javon Jackson. The throw was a little bit underthrown, intended for Emmanuel Bridges, and that is not what Bryant or the Cougars need to start off the second half.
Absolutely not. He actually has Javon Jackson beat on his play. If Bailey throws it out there, gives his receiver a chance to go get it, they got a big play. But Javon Jackson makes him pay, gets his second interception on the season, and his offensive ball back.
Now, don't forget, it was just a week ago when Newnan was playing winless Marietta and were doing well, but then they gave up 30 points to Marietta and ended up losing 37-14. They gave up 30 points in the third quarter alone. Here's Trey Walker on first down, throwing the ball, and complete to Corey Banks right down to the 40-yard line of Newnan.
Yeah, talking with some of the people from Newnan, third quarter has been their nemesis the past couple games. They got to make sure they come out and have a good third quarter. And here's the interception here. He actually has his man beat. If he throws it out there a little bit more, he has a step on his defensive back. Javon Jackson makes a good play on it. Could not come down with a good play there for Sandy Creek.
1st and 10 after the pass completion to Corey Banks. Line of scrimmage is the 40 of Newnan. Back to Eric Sweeney. Tons of room on the right side, and finally wrestled down by J.K. Britt, just shy of the 30-yard line. Good gain on first down by 24 in White.
That's what you like to see, star on star, but the bad thing about it is J.K. Britt plays safety. So if he's making the tackle, that means he's surpassed everybody else in his front 10 guys. Him making tackles is not what Newnan wants. They want to get him on the ground a little bit sooner before they get to J.K. Britt.
And he came in with 12 tackles through their first 2 games. 2 minutes gone here in the third period. Sweeney bursting through the hole. The spinorama, another spin, and finally wrestled down just shy of the 10-yard line.
After this game, Eric Sweeney is going to call you, Vanderbilt, and say, I have to patent the spinorama.
You think
because
so?
The spinorama is working amazingly right now. I think he spins almost 3 times, but you see him just running through arm tackles. He runs hard. He's a physical type of back. Arm tackles would not bring down Eric Sweeney.
Hit the hip, DJ. You got to hit the hip to bring down a running back like that. Anything above the hip, he's going to just run right through it. 1st and 10 from the 12. Sweeney wide open hole and surprisingly taken down by the first man, Danquez Sinkfield.
Hit the hip. I like that, Vanderbilt.
That's what I used to try to coach the Pee Wee boys.
Did it work?
When they did it, when they would do it, it worked.
This looks similar to what happened in the first half, first series of the game.
Exactly.
Sweeney left, Sweeney right, Sweeney middle. They're doing the same thing coming out in the second half, establishing their run game, establishing no big guys up front.
But these are the biggest holes provided by the offensive line so far for Sweeney. 2nd and 6 from the 8-yard line. Toss, sweep to Sweeney. Gang tackled is number 24. Not much there, maybe a yard or 2.
Good job up front defensively, and the way that play was made was because they had so much penetration. They got in the backfield before Eric Sweeney could get going, and that helped him. You see number 74 there, Nick Dave. That's
Tyler Stevens. He'll have to sit out of play. On in relief is number 33, Zach Smith.
Yeah, Tyler's going to have to sit out. He's the nose guard for Newnan. Big guy up front who was clogging holes early.
3rd and 5 from the 7. Sweeney again. Stopped much more effectively. I mean, it takes at least 4 or 5 guys to stop that runner.
And that's what they're going to have to do. We talked about it in the first half. One guy cannot win this battle against Eric Sweeney. They need 2 or 3 guys, and a good job right now of them corralling to the football and gang tackling him to the ground.
4 minutes plus gone here in the third quarter.
Banner, are you surprised they're kicking a field goal with all the issues they had with their snapper so far?
Got to get back after it, man. It's not that you fall down, it's how you get back up, right?
Absolutely.
Spaniel. And it's good. So Sandy Creek comes out and scores on their opening possession. Arnold Spaniel converting on the field goal try. They lead it 17-7. You're watching Friday Night Football from the Channel 2 Sports Zone, presented by the Georgia Lottery. Took Sandy Creek just about the same amount of game time to score on their opening possession of this second half as it did in their opening possession of the first half. Spaniel kicks it away. Good kick by the senior for Sandy Creek, way through the back of the end zone. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Cougars. Got to tell you about Arnold Spaniel, the kicker for Sandy Creek, number 91 in white, recruited off the soccer team this summer. And he came out and he proceeded to hit a few over 50 yards for Chip Walker and the Patriots. And then he was messing around in practice, and then he hit one from 30 yards with his left foot. And Chip Walker said he'd never heard of that before.
I ain't either. I haven't heard of it either.
Cougars keep it inside on 1st and 10 from their own 20. Runner is Daryl Hines. Nothing there for number 26 in blue.
Yeah, Newnan ran this dive option play
Too much.
a lot tonight.
Too much.
You got to think Sandy Creek has seen it. They know exactly where their keys are. Somebody else has the dive. Somebody has the quarterback. Somebody has the pitch man. If everybody plays their keys right, that play is stopped. And as you see there, pretty much maybe a yard gain on that last play.
Well, I understand you're trying to set up the defense, but you need to pull the trigger sometimes. Hines is the up man. Britt is the back. Play action. Bryant has a receiver. Caught. That's Frankie Williams, number 29. Now, that's what we're talking about, DJ. That was a beautifully run play.
Yeah, that's a nice job, especially after Bailey just threw an interception. To come back and have him throw it on the second play of the drive, let him get some confidence. And you see him coming across on this crosser route. Number 20, you see Bailey standing there and throw that football. That's what you like out of your quarterback, to be able to stand there after he threw the football. Good job of Frankie Williams, who's been all over the field tonight, catching interceptions, also catching passes on offense. Now the offense is moving.
Quarterback Bailey Bryant looked very good on that pass play. Out to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10. Giving it to J.K. Britt. Back up the middle. Approaching the 6.5-minute mark here of the third quarter.
That's a pretty good run there by J.K. Britt. Doesn't look like much. He only picked up 3 or 4 yards, but that was a very impressive run when not much was there. He picked up 3 yards, so brings up a second down. They got to find a way to get their playmakers the ball some more. Satterfield, got to get J.K. Britt more involved. You saw Frankie Williams. They got some playmakers on offense that can make something happen.
4-yard gain for the Cougars, 2nd and 6. Pitch right side, J.K. Britt. Man, good pursuit, good conversion on the runner by the Sandy Creek defense. Once again, Tristan Mann leading the way for the Patriots.
Well, the thing about it is they just stretched that play all the way out. I mean, it was an option play. Good job of pulling it. I wanted to see him pull it. Ain't got upfield. They just stretched it all the way out.
Please welcome on the field the Sandy Creek High School Marching Patriot Band. Please help us as we celebrate the great state of Georgia. Our show tonight consists of Sweet Georgia Brown, Devil Down Georgia, and Georgia on my mind. The band is on the field tonight, Shooting Our Body. The band tonight speaks for Ryan Gunn and John Kelly. Kelly Barnes instructor is Greg Gates. Please welcome the Sandy Creek High School Marching Patriot Band.
Please welcome the Newnan High School Marching Band.
I'm already wrong.
Of the carry for the Cougars, number 39, J.K. Britt, came to the yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. On the stop for the Patriots, number 55, Jay Johnson.
I'll get it, hang on.
Please welcome on the field the Sandy Creek High School Marching Patriot Band. Please help us as we celebrate the great state of Georgia. Our show tonight consists of Sweet Georgia Brown, Devil Down Georgia, and Georgia on My Mind. The band
Please welcome the Newnan High School Marching Band.
7, Antonio Trapp.
I'm already rolling.
On the carry for the Cougars, number 39, J.K. Britt, gained a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. On the stop for the Patriots, number 55, Jay Johnson.
Put your hand on him. You can't catch him. He's quick. He's shifty. The future looks like it's going to be all right for the Sandy Creek Patriot offense with a guy like him taking the round next year.
Certainly not the physical specimen that Sweeney is, but man, he has got some quick feet. So a gain of 8 makes it a second, or gain of 9, I should say, makes it a 2nd and 1 for the Patriots in the red zone. Again to Pearson. Good hit initially just beyond the line of scrimmage.
Looks like it'll be enough for a first down. Move the chains here as they get close to 1st and goal. A little bit outside the 10-yard line, looks like, so won't be 1st and goal yet. They have a chance to pick up a first down before they get in the end zone, but whoever totes the rock for Sandy Creek, they run hard, they run physical, and they get downhill right now.
4 minutes, 20 seconds remain in the 4th period. 1st and 10 for the Patriots, trying to build on their 17-point lead, and there they give it back to Big Vasquez. Austin Vasquez, a senior, 5'11", 220 pounds.
Well, we talked about the offensive line being a big key to this ball game, but Austin Vasquez as the fullback who's been leading Sweeney through all these holes. Now he's leading Parson through the hole. You got to give him some love too. So you feed him a little nugget here just to keep him happy so he stays blocking. But that's a big physical fullback there.
Man, he is a load. 2nd and 9. Again to Vasquez. Look at him just steamroll his way into the end zone, and the Patriots are pouring it on here on the Cougars on their home field.
That's how you keep the big guy happy. You give it to him 2 times in a row, let him get in the zone, and it gets him a touchdown. That's what you keep him coming back next week and say, all right, I can block for him 20, 30 times, but as long as I get me a couple carries, he's happy.
Mr. Vasquez getting it into the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the season. Low snap, but Walker's able to handle it, and Spaniel able to kick it through. So with 3 minutes, 41 seconds remaining here at Drake Stadium, we got a 31-7 Sandy Creek ball game. You're watching Friday Night Football on WSBTV.com, presented by the Georgia Lottery.
Pants a little too big, huh? High quality H2O. Mama said. That's just what happened. Laura. Austin Vasquez. 33.
Sandy Creek completing an 8-play, 39-yard scoring drive, capped off by Austin Vasquez taking it into the end zone, and Spaniel's kickoff also goes into the end zone for a touchback. So J.K. Britt and the Cougars of Newnan will get it 1st and 10 on their own 20. 31-7, 3:41 to go in the contest, DJ. Just trying to pull out any kind of positives you can as you continue to get ready for the region schedule.
Yeah, you want to make sure you end strongly. You don't want to show any conceding here or saying you're going to give up. You got to keep fighting to the end, and that's going to show true character down the road once they get into, like you mentioned, region play. Competing against a good team tonight. That's just the bottom line. They came out, they had a good game plan. Now we're going to see second-string quarterback in the ballgame, Chancellor Johnson.
And he'll throw on 1st and 10. Good throw, good strike. Caught by Randall Arnold. His first catch of the night and his 10th of the season. Good confidence booster right there for backup quarterback Chancellor Johnson.
Yeah, Chancellor Johnson is he's a good-looking quarterback. He's big, he's tall, he can throw it. They're really excited about this kid's future. I got a chance to see him this summer in some camps that I was doing around, and he throws it with the best of them, I tell you.
6'3", 210 pounds. There he hands it off to Marquise Hill, and a good gain on the left side, close to the 45-yard line.
And this is kind of what we just talked about. Finish the game out strong. I know the game hasn't gone the way you want it, but you got to finish this game out strong. Find some positives, some good stuff you can put on film, and stuff you can build on.
Second and 5 for Newnan. Still running out of the eye. Arnold in motion. Johnson, little play fake. Looking for some room, going down deep down the right side, some contact, and that brings out the flags. It was intended for Burke, and back to defend Josh Green, and it looks like Mitchell Burke has been able to draw a pass interference on Green and the Patriot defense.
Man, did you just see that football?
I did, man. That was a laser.
He threw that with some conviction. He can throw the football now. I would love to see him getting the shotgun and try to throw it some more.
And I also liked his footwork getting around the traffic in the backfield there.
Yeah,
Pass interference indeed against Sandy Creek.
That's part of being a good quarterback, the pocket presence, step up in the pocket and still be able to keep your eyes downfield and pick up and deliver a good football. Like you mentioned, Banner, that's a good job of him. Not being so concerned about the rush, but understanding he can keep his eyes up and still throw the football down the field.
Good quick feet by Johnson. 1st and 10 at the Sandy Creek 42-yard line as we approach the 2.5-minute mark. Johnson from the gun, stepping around the rush. Once, twice, looking for some room, tucks it, still alive on his feet, down inside the 40. Wow, this kid is a good-looking athlete.
Yeah, you got to look at the future. It's pretty bright. He's a junior, but the elusiveness he has right here, get away from two guys. The pocket is collapsing on him. That's one tackle. He breaks two tackles, and now he's still looking downfield, wants to throw the football. Now he tucks it away, makes another guy miss. 3 big tackles on that play. He's 6'5" now, so he's a big, tall kid.
Great effort that time by Chancellor Johnson, but still only picks up 4 yards. Looking, thinking, indecisive, but caught by the receiver in back. It was intended for Satterwhite, but instead it was caught by P.J. Harris, a freshman receiver.
Yeah, you can see Chandler standing in the pocket, wanting to deliver this small little out route here and kind of double clutches it. And sometimes you get a little lucky and you come
There
down
you
with
go.
it. That's what you got to have in this end of this ball game. But a good job of him still fighting, though.
We've had 2 pretty good catches here by the Newnan receivers. One was flat out diving by Frankie Williams, and that one by the freshman, P.J. Harris. Good enough for a first down, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line of Sandy Creek. 1:15 remains. On the end around, they hand off to Randall Arnold. Not much there. Gets it just inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, looks like they're going to move the chains a little bit here to get the clock stopped. Timeout by Newnan. Trying to get something going here at the end of the game, trying to get something to build on as they go into next week. But this is positive right here. They've been moving the football, throwing it. You see big Chandler Johnson there, 6'5" of them, towering over everybody. Has done a good job of moving his offense in his last couple minutes.
He's a junior. The starter, Bailey Bryant, is a senior, a third-year starter. Wow. Looking at this drive by number 9, I'm thinking about who's going to be the starting quarterback the rest of the season. I mean, this guy is an athlete.
Yeah, he gives you a little different dimension. He's throwing the football with some conviction here in the last couple of minutes, but you got to wonder, like you just mentioned, do they take an extra look at him? Do they give him a chance to maybe play a couple series here and there?
(31-7) with 1:07 remaining in the game. Right now it's a 2nd and 8 for the Cougars.
See, with this type of arm strength, you see they put him in the gun. They're going to give him a chance to throw it down the field now.
And Sandy Creek showing blitz. Johnson avoids that. Still alive. Throwing down deep to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Frankie Williams. Wow! Again, Chancellor Johnson's elusiveness in the backfield. And look at number 9. Right there, the first man to congratulate his receiver, Frankie Williams. Beautiful play by the Newnan quarterback.
Making a play. Sandy Creek comes with the all-out blitz. He makes one guy miss and still keeps his eyes down the field. Has the headiness to see the receiver 30, 40 yards down the field. That was impressive. That was an impressive drive. That was impressive by Chancellor making some plays on the move. That's an awesome job by him. He should be excited about what just happened on that last drive.
He sure should be, and I think the rest of the Newnan team is excited as well. Mercy. Number 9 is catching his breath. Sitting all by himself.
He deserves to take a breather right there. He deserves to have a couple sips of water from that
now
drive.
Everybody's saying, I want to be around the hot guy right there.
Chancellor, what's up, man?
Look at Marquise Hill. One of his linemen, David Quisenberry, coming up, his center.
But what's even better about that was he eluded the tackler, didn't panic, didn't rush.
In a blitz where the blitz was good. The blitz was well timed.
The blitzer comes free. Look at that. The blitzer comes free. Back tries to pick him up, but one guy still comes free, shakes off a guy, and look at the touch on this football. The touch. Dropping it, that's what we call dropping it in the bucket.
Yes, it is. Man.
Dan Earl, you think you got a controversy here?
It's brewing. I know we got a buzz going on in the stands and on the bench. I mean, you got to wonder not only what the coaches think, but you got to believe the coaches are going to feel it from the players who are like, man, let that guy play.
Yeah, we got something going.
Don't mean to talk poorly about Bailey Bryant, but sometimes you just got to go with the athlete as Jacob Bryant kicks it through for the second TD of the game for the Cougars. So with 1 minute remaining on the game clock, Cougars get a little morale boost, but they still trail big 31-14 here on WSBTV.com. Did you see that? That was a play.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he's played. Let's see. I don't have any stats for him.
No, you know what? I talked to his dad before the game. This is his first game back. He just transferred, so he had to sit out 2 games or something. Oh, this is his first game. Not sure.
Where'd you see his dad?
Right down there. I seen him at some camps this summer.
Yeah, I know that.
So
So you knew his dad.
Yeah.
Hey, Stephen. Can you talk to Stephen? One minute remaining on the game clock, and there you see Chancellor Johnson receiving his congratulations from his teammates. He was the man on that last touchdown drive.
Oh, yeah. He's going to get some love on Monday for that.
81 yards in 7 plays, capped off by a 40-yard TD toss to Frankie Williams.
He's going to get a couple good pat on the backs come Monday from his teammates.
Little onside kick for Newnan. Not quick enough off the ball and recovered easily by Sandy Creek. Again, Vasquez. There's a ball player for you. He is football through and through, isn't he?
He has had a good night so far. He's done everything that they've asked him, and just a solid player for Sandy Creek.
Scored his second touchdown of the season. Got some crucial yards. All positive plays for number 33 in white.
Opened up a lot of rush lanes tonight for Mr. Eric Sweeney.
So Sandy Creek just trying to wind down the clock. Trey Walker still at quarterback. There is Jalon Green, the sophomore running back.
A lot of positive to come out of this for both teams. I know it didn't end the way Newnan wanted to end, but I like the way they finished. I like the way they went down and got the score to end the ball game. They could have easily packed it up, but they did a good job of finishing the game here in the second half.
Clock is ticking. This probably will be the final play of this high school football game. Want to let you know we'll be on the west side of town next week for North Hall and Carrollton. Oh, little fumble, miscommunication between one of the backup running backs, Marvin Hubbard, another sophomore, and the quarterback, Trey Walker. And Newnan recovered the ball, but just 9 seconds remain. Next week, North Hall and Carrollton. Our first time, DJ and I, heading to Carrollton High School. And even though this one is not down to the wire, still a lot of entertaining football action for both Sandy Creek and Newnan.
Good finish to this ball game. Like I mentioned, Newnan's finished it out really strong. Sandy Creek obviously dominated that third quarter once again. And went into the fourth quarter with complete dominance, but probably going to see a heave into the end zone here.
Chancellor Johnson staying on his feet, throwing it deep into the end zone. And it falls to the ground, and that will be the last play of the game. So the Patriots of Sandy Creek, behind the great rushing of the running back rated 10th best in the entire country, come into Newnan High School and hand the Cougars their second loss of the year to drop them to 1-2. The victorious Patriots, they improved to 4-0 on the season. Don't forget, they were state champions in 2009, 10, and 12. Got knocked out last year. They were expected to contend for the state title. And you know that they are highly motivated this year, especially with such a talented running back. 31-14, the final. Sandy Creek wins it. We'll be back right after this.
How much did Sweeney rush for?
Yeah, I want to show the Chancellor Johnson TD toss for sure, and I want to show Brian Miller with the stop on J.K. Britt and then the block kick, and maybe you can start it off with the Sweeney touchdown. So Sweeney, 2 Millers, and then Chancellor Johnson. Anything? Okay.
You want to end? Want to end with Sandy Creek because they won?
That's all right. That's all right. Okay. Okay. What was that last sentence? Again, our final score from Drake Stadium here at Newnan High School. Sandy Creek 31, the Cougars 14. The Patriots improved to 4-0. And as we said at the beginning of our webcast, this is going to be a great chance to check out one of the best running backs in the entire country. And I'm convinced that he's definitely one of the top 10 backs.
He did not disappoint. He came out and did everything possible to solidify his ranking in high school football. He did a good job of rushing the football. He was the total workhorse for the Sandy Creek team. Literally put this team on his back and rushed for amazing numbers tonight. It was an outstanding job by his offensive line. But Sandy Creek, the team that they are, being able to finish. That's what they did in that second half when it was kind of close going into halftime. Only down 14-7 at halftime. End up breaking it open in the third quarter. Good job of a well-oiled machine, which is Sandy Creek, finished his game off. And Newnan finished pretty good, but Sandy Creek was just too much.
Sandy Creek's top running back, of course, is number 24, Eric Sweeney, and he was the star in the first half with 96 yards on 21 carries, and he again was the star in the second half, leading the way for the Patriots throughout the second half. And again, it came in averaging 134 yards per game. But before we show you Sweeney, we show you a great diving interception by Javon Jackson. That was on Newnan's first possession of the third quarter, and that definitely got the Patriots headed in the right direction.
Yeah, it wasn't what you wanted to do. You had the football coming out, didn't start well, and you just didn't start the way you wanted to. Javon Jackson made a great play on it. He had a good step. Bailey, if he throws it out there, has a good chance to complete it, and you see what comes from that is Sweeney, a tough, hard run. Van Earl calls it the spinorama, by which he used tonight. A lot of spin moves, but they were all productive, picking up huge yards throughout the night.
And then here was the big block field goal by Brian Miller. Went flat out and stuck his hand in there and denied the 22-yard try from Jacob Bryant and the Cougars. And then after that, more Eric Sweeney.
Yeah, I really believe that block field goal was the key to this ball game. It changed the momentum, and they come right back after this and give it to their workhorse Sweeney, who did that all night long. But I have to believe that block kick was really the key for them.
And then here was Austin Vasquez, the fullback and usually the blocking back for Sweeney, getting a little glory of his own, his second touchdown of this young football season, and that pretty much sealed it. But here was Chancellor Johnson, the backup quarterback who came in garbage duty, and what a play he made on this touchdown toss.
Yeah, he's a big 6'5" guy who made a lot of plays, especially in that last couple minutes of the ball game, to give Newnan a chance, and he showed something in that second half that I can't wait to see if they, have a possible controversy there at quarterback. But he did play well coming in at the end, gave him a spark. You got to like what Chancellor Johnson did at the end of the game.
He's got to give him a lot of hope, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bailey Bryant has done great for Newnan, his third-year starter, and he's a big guy, 6'4". He did stand tall in the pocket, but just the athletic ability of number 9 has to keep the Newnan faithful feeling mighty good about the future.
Anytime you can have a play and you can extend the play, gives you more chances. As you can see, that play was an extended play, and it ended up in a touchdown.
That's right. But Sandy Creek wins the game. They stay undefeated. They're 4-0. Again, the final score, 31-14. For producer-director Stephen Lawler and, of course, DJ Shockley and our entire hard-working crew, we thank you so much for joining us on this Friday night. Again, next week, we'll talk to you from Carrollton High School. But for everybody involved, thanks so much for watching Friday Night Football from the Channel 2 Sports Zone here on WSBTV.com, presented by the Georgia Lottery.